What's up, guys? Welcome to the Sokito Scudetta FG review. And as you can see, I have my super professional setup here with a Juventus shirt. I'm not even much of a Juve fan, I just like the shirt. Okay, let's get into it, man. This is a good fucking boot, man. Like really. Let's start from the bottom, working our way from the bottom up. The sole, as you can see, mega aggressive, like insanely aggressive. These older ones bend from here, which is silly. They should have put the bend curve here in the beginning. The newer ones, if you get, I think, any other color except the launch color, the white or the black, I think they have, in the newer ones, they have the bend point here. But these still have the bend point here, which is just stupid for an otherwise so well-designed boot. So that's what you should know. If you get on the discount the older colorways, it will bend here. It doesn't really matter that much in use, but still, it's good to know. Okay. Otherwise, the sole is super aggressive, as you can see. Really old school, like this is the kind of sole plate you would see in a 2008 to, I don't know, maybe 2007 to an 11 boot. Depends. But for FG, even for FG, this is still really aggressive. Like, I could probably use this instead of an SG boot when it's really wet. It would still grip pretty good, I think. What I would change, of course, the bend point, which they already changed. And this cage here is super old school, speed bootish. And because the studs are so wide and they sit quite tall, it almost feels like this cage is full, like you don't really feel these slots here. So I would maybe trim these studs down like 4 or 5 millimeters from each end for them to sink better. I think, not sure what they have gone for. I think they have gone for the old school feel where the heel just sits there and you're mostly on your toes anyway, so it works, but it's like, it's different from any other boot nowadays. The front studs, they're nice for FG. I would just change these mid studs here to be a little bit shorter and maybe it a bit different shaped. It looks nice, but these are like too long for you to like pivot your foot easily at some points. So yeah, that's something to think about. Otherwise, it looks good, and that's like important to me too. But for AG, don't fucking go there. Like for AG, this is way too aggressive. There are some FG boots you can like occasionally use an AG. This is not one of them. Like even just juggling around with these on AG, it will hurt your knee. At least for me, it does. Like they dig in very deep and offer insane traction. Okay, let's move on to the rest of the boot. Upper, I think it was called Biotech. It's a really good upper. Not as thin as, for example, a Vapor or Superfly 10 Vapor 16. So the Nike speed boot variant. Doesn't really matter. I feel like this, I've been playing a lot in the Superflies and I liked them. I hated them at first, but I'm gonna come to this later. This Biotech upper, it's thin, but it's not super thin. And I have to say that it actually makes it safer to play with an upper that is not like overly thin. I feel like when I shoot with these, it kind of protects my knee from the impact a little better than, for example, a Vapor. or Superfly, which is like super thin, the grip knit material. So anyway, this extends if you have a wider foot. This is a really skinny shoe, so only go true to size if you have quite a skinny foot. Like my foot is, you can see, I don't know, my foot is here. It looks massive right now because of the sock, but my foot is pretty skinny, like max normal wide and really low volume, and these fit me true to size perfectly. So if you're like average foot or wide-ish foot, totally go half a size up. Some people, I think the one guy, GCFC or some guy who reviews boots and does content, he said that he went full size up. I haven't heard anyone else do that. So average to wide foot, half a size up. Narrow, low volume foot, true to size, fucking perfect. And it will stretch a little bit. But if you actually have a wide foot and you're struggling with your true to size in Nike and Adidas too, like, don't even try these. Which true to size? They are speed boot, old school speed boot in a good way, and they fit really snug. But it does have some give, or actually a lot of give, if you make it that way. Nevertheless, the upper is really good, not super grippy. In wet conditions, I would maybe want some more grip, but it's doable. In the dry, it's really good. The touch is pointy. I don't know how to explain that better. Like, from my foot shape, when I first put this on, I felt like my touch on the ball around the whole this area is kind of like not consistent. It's still like pointy. But when they break in, the pointiness actually goes away and they become like super smooth to touch on the ball. So that was strange. That doesn't really feel like the same in other boots. Yeah, it's funny, like other boots, they can have like a stiff touch on the ball, but not pointy like in these. I think what makes it pointy is like, because my foot shape is the same as the shoe, like it's speedy, like it's really low volume from here, it goes a bit wider from here, and that's it. So it kind of felt like playing barefooted. And if you ever played barefooted, you know that without the shoe, your touch is a little more pointy, because like it's anatomical and your foot's actual shape has touch with the ball. Anyway, let's go on with the review. Laces, really good. Adidas usually has good laces, Sokito too. Nike, especially the Superfly Vapors, very shitty laces. They always come loose. Mizuno too, like poor laces. They could use the Zero Glide if they want it, but they won't. Laces really good. One thing, the whole shoe, if you get the white colorway, this gets dirty really fast. I wore this only like 3 times, and not even like proper mud or anything. But this whole area, it's like an egg carton. It feels like food in a way, or like after using, when you smell the boot, it actually smells nice, like something like a biomaterial would smell like. It's strange. And they come in an egg carton too, like super hippie shit. Anyways, like when your laces and hold this area, which has something other than the bio touch, becomes dirty, it's basically impossible to clean. That's just a heads up if you're looking for the, what was this, ice or something, like this white colorway. Nevertheless, doesn't matter, but that's something you should know. Insole, nothing out of ordinary. Really good insole, but nothing out of ordinary. I wouldn't change a thing, but it doesn't jump out in any way, which I like compared to like a Zero Glide insole, which is way too much in my opinion. Heel, really good, one of the best in the market. I think the only ones that have better heels are Asics and maybe Mizuno, depending on the boot and your foot shape. But yeah, like really good heel, should work for a variety of heels, so no complaints there. These made in Japan, Mizuno Morelia non-beta Force and Asics. Any high-end Asics boot have the best soles, no heels on the market. What else? Yeah, as I told you, the touch is consistent once they break in, and that takes like 5 to 10 minutes, so really fast. Comparisons. If you've ever worn Superfly or Vapor 16, Vapor 16, Superfly 10, that shoe is like a sock. It basically has no structure, which is like, doesn't feel speed booty at all to me. These have a lot of structure. These feel very speedy, even if the bend point on the old ones is here and not here, where it should be. When you walk around in these, when you run in these, you feel like fucking Superman. Like, oh, it's so good. When you go back to the Superflies, Vapors, they feel like shit, to be honest. They're like a sock. Once you have worn them in, they're like a loose sock that you're just wearing. And it's comfortable, but it doesn't feel speedy at all. Compared to F50s, the shape in these is much better. F50 kind of like all-around speed boot, which is not like really speedy either, to be honest. What else? Puma Ultras. I hate Puma Ultras. Their toe box is like really high. It actually gives like half a centimeter vertical. Fuck, what was I supposed to say? Vertical space on my toes. Tongue. That's the one thing people don't really like. I like the tongue. It's super flimsy, it's super thin. What I don't like about it is the shape. Aesthetically, it's fun. It's cool, it's different, but I really don't see a point why you would shape your tongue like this. As you can see, there's like a V cut here. I don't know what you're supposed to do with this rest of the part. I think the tongue should be cut here. Or it should be like a messy F50 style burrito tongue like this. Cut or something else. This is just, it doesn't bother me when I'm playing, but it can, depending on your foot shape and everything, this can wrinkle a bit. For me, it doesn't that bad, but still the shape is like just strange, and I don't really see. I think they have gone for like, so it goes like this from here, it cuts here to save weight and looks speedy. I don't really know. I think because the tongue is so long, if it came like all the way here and they would cut it like this, maybe it would wrinkle even more. I don't know. Maybe the shape has to do with the tongue being so flimsy. I don't know. I like this tongue still, but I would just maybe go for something else. Maybe a similar shape, but not as deep and sharp of a V cut. Maybe just like pow, like curving here. I don't know. Anyway, the tongue is like really nice, kind of, because it is so flimsy. Like it feels soft. It's still a good tongue. I'm just thinking like, I would like to ask the designer guy, the Italian guy, like, why this type of tongue? But anyway, it's not a real problem. What you should know, the tongue around these meshy parts, as you can see, like, which is not a slick material like here, but it moves to this like mushy, meshy material. When it gets dirty, it's dirty. You cannot really clean it that well. I tried a couple times and it works 50%, but I think I'm done. And these have been cleaned like thoroughly after every use, and I've only used this for 3 times, so they're still okay. But if you use this for like even a week or 2 weeks, especially in the rain or mud, they will like be unsavable. But yeah, I think there's the black boot for those who worry about their boots getting dirty. What else? The shape is phenomenal. The upper is really, really, really good. If it suits your taste, and it should suit most tastes. The shoe is vegan, I think. and it's made from over 90% recyclable materials, which is pretty cool. It says here, this boot contains corn waste, castor beans, wood fibers, sugarcane, bamboo, and recycled plastic bottles. Wow, that probably explains the smell. It smells like, I don't know, some biofiber, which it is. It kind of smells like food. It smells really nice, actually. I'm kind of hooked on the smell. Maybe this is Sokito's brand management. It's their marketing to make their shoes smell good, that people will buy them just for the smell. Okay, we're getting too long a video. I hope I got everything. I think I got everything. FG, really aggressive. If you play on AG, get the AG version. It's a bummer the AG, to me, looks really bad compared to the FG. Like, I'm glad they made a like true AG. If you have seen, they have like little teeny tiny studs. They're not like pretty long like Adidas and especially Nike have in their AG. And depending on the model, but still. Like, the Scudetta is probably the best or one of the best looking shoes of all time to me. And in the AG, it just looks like they cut its dick off. Like, if you know what I mean. It looks cooked in the AG, but they went for a true AG, which is respectable. Unlike the rest of the market, Mizuno has good AG until they made it too flimsy. I have no idea why they did it, but the Sokito's AG, they basically copied it from Mizuno and made it a bit of their own. But you could say the same about Skechers and Nike. It's all pretty similar nowadays. It doesn't matter. Still, the AG is true AG. It should be good for bad AG fields and good AG fields. But I'm just worried like in the AG because the studs are like super teeny tiny that like if you walk on them on asphalt, like when you're going to a game from the locker room, that they will probably wear out really fast compared to like something that has more height than them. I don't know. Any case, if you play an AG, even sometimes, do not get this version. This will fuck your knees up. Super aggressive. I probably maybe wouldn't even play with this on FG every time. This is so aggressive. But yeah, still like if you're in softer conditions, this is a great sole. I think that's it. If you have any questions, drop them down below. Tried my best to give like super, how do you say? You know what I'm going for. Super like detailed review on every aspect of the boot, because I'm so bored of boot reviewers going like, oh, the upper is soft, the shape is good, oh, the sole is very nice. Like, there are many people who are not saying anything actual in their reviews. Like, I watched everyone's reviews online, and when I have tried the boots myself, there are like a million things I would like to say more about the boot. So I'm gonna go ahead and make these reviews when I can about other shoes. I got like, I don't know, man, 23 pairs of boots I should review back at home. Tried them all already at once. But yeah, I think there's a lot to say about boots that you cannot really find on the current reviews. Noah Kavanagh quit. He did really good reviews, but I think he could have done still a bit better. Like just talking about the minor details and differences between the boots. Like, because even from his reviews, which are really good compared to other reviews, I still couldn't like find how the boots actually feel on your foot. It was more like, oh, this is sensational. Oh, it's so soft. It's good for my foot. I'm like, yeah, generally I get it, but I would love to see more reviewers talk like pinpoint out how something feels compared to something else. In any case, I hope you enjoyed this. If you watched through the end, it's a hell of a review. Too long for my taste, but I think I got it all. Yeah, if you have any questions, drop them down below. And yeah, if you feel like you can find these FG ones on Unisport for hella sale right now. The AG is still normal price, but it will probably drop down soon too. So yeah, and the price was like 200 euros, I think 175 pounds, British pounds. So for that price, it is easily the best boot on the market as an overall package, easily. So if I should decide to get these for like, now you can get these for like 80 to 110 because nobody is buying Sokito. It's such a new small brand. But even like retail, like I would rather pay 200 for these than 150 for a pair of Nikes or Adidas if we're talking about speed boots. Predator 25s are actually pretty good if you like them, and the Phantom 6s apparently too. I haven't tried them, but yeah, I think that's it. Thank you for watching. Massimo out.